from beautiful South Florida. Here's a look at Hard Stadium in Miami. Today, it's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we've got a good one in store between the Houston Texans and the Miami Dolphins. And Charles Davis on hand here. CD, you look at the Texans in this matchup. Their offense is one that doesn't rely too heavily on just one guy. They like to spread things around as best they can.
You're right about that. It's a diverse unit, and they like to run their offense by what they call game plan, meaning each and every week they study the opponent, they probe its weaknesses, and they move the ball around that way. They emphasize who's going to get it based on what they think they'll accomplish in that game. Other teams, they're a system team. They're going to run what they run no matter what. I like this style of offense. It suits them well.
The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports.
Takes it at the 7.
And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. So here come the Dolphins now as they get set to take over on offense. And leading him out, their veteran quarterback.
And it felt like in watching the game tape, he got everyone involved last week.
He was a manager.
He really was. That's a great way to put it because they ran the ball some. They threw it accurately. One touchdown pass, so he didn't, break the bank doing that, but he didn't throw any interceptions. That's the bottom line. That's why a defense loves a quarterback like that. Doesn't put them in bad situations.
They begin the drive with Williams. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Again, it's Williams. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. Operating from the gun, Parker. And this is going to be incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Pulled in at the 24. A pretty good punt there, but also a nice return of 12 yards. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. So out come the Texans for their opening drive. And they'll be let out by their left-handed quarterback.
You talk about the pause that refreshes. I think it's come at a perfect time of the year for them, hasn't it? The season is starting to wind down, got a little bit of a break. But how about the guy calling the signals? He's got to be excited about that because now he didn't just get a game plan for 1 week. He's able to work on it for 2 weeks. I can't wait to see if they have anything special in store for him today.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down. The Texans, it's 7-3 now on the year, and they come in off the extended break from the bye.
And I think it was much needed as well because you play 2.5 months. You know you're ready for some time off in order to get prepared for the home stretch. In fact, when they looked at the schedule to start the season, I think they liked where their open week fell.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. run it here on the jet sweep. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1. So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he is going to have a Texans first down, and comfortably so, as he gets 5 there on 3rd and a yard.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Right back to him on 1st down. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Throwing the out route, incomplete. That's Gordon. So he'll be stopped here for no gain. And it'll be 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, though. Isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it's good enough for a Houston first down. They'll set up to throw. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
So roughing the passer penalty and an automatic first down.
And that's the mark of a bad team, partner, because that's an easily preventable penalty, but they just didn't take the proper step.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
It's interesting, partner, that most defenses try and guard the 35-yard line actively because they think the way kickers are nowadays, about a 52-yard field goal, they're kind of giving up points. But you get even deeper into territory, you get into the red zone, they're going to guard it even more, which means more pressure, more blitzing.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he's brought down. 18 yards there, and it'll be a 1st and goal.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Here we go now on 1st and goal. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. A great effort there. His first rushing touchdown on the year. And the Texans get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. So he had the nice run to get him down there. Was stopped just short of the goal line, but they go right back to him, CD, and he delivers to finish the drive off.
A little extra determination there, don't you think, partner? You notice he didn't tap on his helmet and say, get me out after the run down to the end zone. He said, I almost got in. I'm going to get in on my own. I'm staying in. And he carries it across the goal line.
Point after, right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And it results in the Texans finding the end zone. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. From the 10. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. So Miami coming out for their second drive. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done, because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
Brings up third down and 8 yards to go.
Parker on third down. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll go down to the ground at the 39, and obviously that's well short of the first. That's going to bring up fourth down, only a gain of 2 there.
Well, the good thing about covering any game I do with you is I know that there's no problem with rhythm. Now, what we're watching offensively, a little bit of a problem there.
Yeah, punt on the first drive, looking at another one here. Just a little slow. They were talking about a fast start, but that hasn't been the case.
Yeah, and let's face it, any team we cover always talks about a fast start.
That's true.
But it's not necessarily going to happen just because they say so. And whether it's the script, whether it's, just what they're going through, whether they're seeing different defenses, they're going to have to figure it out as this game moves on.
So now we get set to see Houston for their second drive of the ball game. Coming off every player's friend, the open week from last weekend.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. Even if you're coming off of a loss as they did, the open week is exactly what you need after you kind of get over it a little bit, right? Rest up the mind, rest up the body, get yourself ready to go. And they have to be eager to play again, especially since they lost the last time out.
A throw on the quick. Gordon loses the football. It's loose. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. In our meetings this week, they kind of tipped us off. They wanted to play ultra-aggressive, forcing fumbles. They just did that right there.
They took it to the next level, didn't they? You're exactly right, because everyone talks about being aggressive on defense and tackling well. But they were talking about getting after the football, making sure the ball was stripped out each and every time they lined up someone to get them on the ground.
And the adjustment working early. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Next, the receivers help spread the defense out. They were able to come through with a slashing run.
But to that point, it's going to be interesting to see the personnel chess match as this one progresses.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Can they continue to create running lanes out of passing sets? And if so, it's going to be a long day for the defense.
Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone. And Miami first down, that one going for a gain of 11.
They really need to get something going. They've punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
First foray into the red zone for Miami. 1st and 10 right at the 20. Off play action. Parker. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Operating from the gun. Parker. This will be caught inside the 10. And the Dolphins are going to be set up with a 1st and goal here as the tackle made at the 9.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover. And they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
Now Parker. From the gun, he'll throw. This will be now a loose football. The ball comes out, and the Texans scoop it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Recovered by
There are two words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S, ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. But still, when you got defenders out there who are preaching, hey, we're going to take the ball away from you, no matter what position you play, you've got to take care of the rock.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Texans football to start quarter 2 as they've got it 2nd down and 11. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Wide open receiver complete. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And he certainly fits in that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the first down.
They'll look to throw now on first down. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down. Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. They get to him for a loss of 4, and it brings up 3rd down on the sand. The number one mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
And the next-gen stat's going to show that sack carried out in just 2.5 seconds from beginning to end. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
On 4th down, A.J. Cole comes on to punt. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And it'll be Dolphin football. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
Williams going to get it again on 2nd down. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Here's Parker to throw on 3rd down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's a play that'll likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And points result, we'll call this play significant.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. He'll get this up to the 47 and brought down there. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Back to throw. Parker. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. To throw is Parker. Off the play fake. And that will be incomplete.
The quarterback got away with one there. Looked like he was in line for a pick, but instead it's knocked harmlessly to the turf.
The Dolphins will send out the punter now as he's on to kick it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away.
Houston's offense taking over again.
And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team, and that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. Second and 5. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
Back to throw now on first down. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Gordon.
And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
Second and 4. Quick hitter here, it's complete.
And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on first and 10.
From the gun, he'll hand this off.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it second and 9. They're going to look to throw. Got Gordon open, completes it. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins 16. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
So the ball down to the 16 here for first and 10.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he is going to lose yardage here. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. Second down. Two minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. Second and 13. And that is incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And it's caught.
And the Texans are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
But they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
It looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for first and goal.
And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. Second and goal from the 1. And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. It's the fullback. His 3rd touchdown now on the year.
And the Texans go up by 2 touchdowns.
Well, if at first you don't succeed, try again. They go to the big man. Second time he gets it done.
Almost as if they were feeling like he was establishing a rhythm. Give it to him again and again, and how about the end result? Finishes it off in the end zone.
Touchdown, great run, and the score. Point after try forthcoming. And it's good to make it 14-0. So that drive, 12 plays in length, and it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. Well, some might have returned that one. He won't. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start the drive from the 25. The Dolphins offense now working their way back onto the field.
Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Parker now on first down. Throw left side complete. That's Martin. The Dolphins moving with a sense of urgency here. They'll look to throw again. Looking left sideline, it's complete. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 41-yard line.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride.
Oh, he's brought down. And remember here, no timeouts left. They got to get to the line quick.
So we have reached halftime here. It's the visitors, the Texans, out in front. As we go up to Orlando now and hand it over to Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
Okay, Brandon, bye weeks, they're over. We once again got a full slate of games to get to as we take you around the NFL here in Week 12. We'll start up at TIAA Stadium in Jacksonville, where it was the Jaguars who pick up the win at home. Trevor Lawrence, 4 touchdown passes in the victory. From there, let's head off and check out a second game. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Green Bay Packers. Lamar Jackson, sharp in the victory, as his guys get back within a game of 500. Lastly, we head to Southern California to check on the Rams at home at SoFi Stadium. And they trail in that one as it's the visiting 49ers who are out in front. The Niners trying to gut this one out as it would be a good victory for them if they could get it. Moving on, let's take a look at the next-gen stats in the first half for the Texans. And even though they've got the big cushion, I would imagine they'd like to see a little more out of their passing game. Pretty pedestrian numbers through 2 quarters of play. Meanwhile, for the Dolphins, they too didn't throw the ball as well as they would have liked. And I think both teams would say there's room for improvement in the second half.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. No run back here to begin the half, and we will start at the 25-yard line. And the Texans getting ready to go here to begin the third quarter. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. And I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again.
Quick look on the slant. It's Gordon. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
On third down, they're going to run for it here.
And this will be a Texans first down as the tackle made just shy of the 40.
On third down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Back to throw here. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up 2nd.
And you get the feeling, Charles, yeah, he's got the 2 sacks now, but he may get more here. We've still got a quarter and then some to go.
And the way that he is playing this game, it reminds me of one of the best golfers in the world who can use every club in the bag and make a great shot. That's what he's doing with his pass rush moves right now. Showing a little bit of everything. They have no way of stopping him.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. He'll drop to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29.
Ineligible receiver downfield.
Well, every lineman knows the rule. You only get a 1-yard buffer beyond that line of scrimmage, and then the flag is thrown, and he got tagged for it there.
On 2nd down, they'll run it here. And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And the fair catch is made at about the 27-yard line. 36 yards on the punt with no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. They'll try to get this running game going with Williams. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And he will find his man on the outside. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. Parker from the gun on 3rd down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Williams. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. This will wind up a loss on the play. And that's going to bring up the 4th down.
Well, it looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackle him for a loss.
The Dolphins will send out the punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Texans are going to have the football with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory.
And the football going back over now to the Houston Texans.
This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
67 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice game.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49.
It's another first down as this time they get an even 20.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 39-yard line. And he'll just plow right into a host of tacklers. Nothing there at all, and it'll be 2nd and 10. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. No, bottled up, fumble. It's out, it's loose. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. So potentially a turning point here in the third quarter as that swings the door back open just a bit.
Yeah, they're still down 2 scores, but I do think we're at that point in the game where you're going to reach for the football whenever possible. You're going to hear the coaches scream from the sidelines, tackle him, second guy in, tackle the ball.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 38. Following the fumble recovery, Parker firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 43-yard line.
Here's a handoff out of the gun. And a pretty good burst there as he'll get this across midfield and down to the 46. Give him 12 yards there, and the Dolphins have a first down.
Not too shabby for his first carry of the game. That's exactly what most teams are looking for, a really good change of pace back.
Now Parker throwing on first down. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up 2nd down. Well, you don't usually get a sack from a nose tackle spot, but we got one there.
No, we don't, and a lot of the times in passing situations, they end up off the field anyway. So how happy was he to work his way back to the quarterback and put him on the ground? He's going to end up with a nickname after something like that, some Big Jelly or something like that.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory. Now after the play, it looks like there's a Texan here slow to get up. We'll get an update when we come back to Miami. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. It'll be a sack and a loss of 3, but more importantly, it brings up 4th down.
I remember when I was a kid and all I wanted was a nickel so I could get that soda down at the fountain. And guess what? The nickel came into play well. 5 defensive backs, they covered well, allowed for the sacks.
Sodas were a nickel when you were a kid?
No, I just needed the extra nickel so I could pay the proper price.
Okay, how much were they? A dime? What were they?
15 cents.
The Dolphins will send out the punter now as he's on for the 5th time here today. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. He's had a good performance, moved the ball effectively on the ground. Of course, he has the 1 touchdown.
And when you're able to move it as effectively as you've described, that leads to finding a way into the end zone. And now he's just trying to do it for a 2nd time. And, of course, with that comes additional yardage.
Yeah, looking for additional yardage. And, again, that 2nd score here in the 3rd quarter. 3rd quarter from Miami. This is 2nd and 10. And
They'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he'll get this one up to about his 14. On third down, he'll drop to throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side. He's got a man, complete.
And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35. Well, we saw this plenty last year in college. He loved to take his shots downfield, and that throw, that was a thing to behold there.
And for a while when this play's open, all the talk was about punts hitting the Giants scoreboard here in Arlington. I don't think we ever heard about a pass hitting the scoreboard, but that's probably about as close as you're going to get. That one was way up there.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
Hands it off out of the gun.
And he'll be taken down at the 34. Got to get to the 26 for a first. This is third down. Looking to throw. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. And this one is right down the middle. And that will finish off this third quarter of play. 3 quarters in the books. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Miami, where the fourth quarter will begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the third quarter.
And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
The Dolphins offense now heads back on the field.
Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one.
Here's Parker on 1st and 10. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line.
And they'll run on the inside handoff.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
The offense on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 11. Looking to throw. Parker flushed out right. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
Holding offense.
And this 3rd down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long. Operating from the gun. Parker. And Martin's got it complete. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. So the pitch and catch good for 11. And that'll bring up 4th down. You cannot write these guys off just yet. Not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Dolphins can't convert on 4th down. And the Texans take over an excellent field position. Well, at this stage of the game in the second half, down 3 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to push.
And let's face it, with this deficit, if they give up another score here after they didn't get it, does it really matter?
Right.
It really doesn't. They had to go and try and make something happen if they had any chance of winning this game.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
At the Dolphins' 21-yard line.
2nd and 10. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And they're going to get this down inside the 15. The passing game continues to be their friend. Even with a stable lead here in the 4th, Charles, they're going back to that well.
Yeah, with their overall philosophy, you know that they trust their quarterback. They've been able to throw it well. They continue to throw these safe passes. Who can blame them?
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. A 14-yard touchdown. And the Texans look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Well, with this rookie QB, we talk a lot about his ball placement and how good he can be at laying it right in there. I think we just saw, Charles, though, the strength of that arm. That was an absolute rifle for the completed touchdown.
It absolutely was, and let's face it, you think he was really ready to get that first touchdown? Absolutely. He threw that pass with authority, just as you described. Big-time arm right there, and let's face it, a lot of quarterbacks used to be pitchers in baseball. The fastball was usually their best pitch, and we saw it there.
Scoring summary, 3-play drive, and the result, a Houston touchdown. Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25.
Miami set to take over. Facing a big 4th quarter deficit here. Things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season. But in this one, well, their defense has really struggled.
And a quick throw here. That's complete. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Now a stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphins shaking up on the play. We'll get an update when we come back to Hard Rock Stadium. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Back to throw. Parker. And he's got his man in stride. Complete. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Parker. Over the middle, complete. It's Andrews. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Back to throw again. It's caught on the right side. Williams. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3.
Well, speed is definitely a calling card if you play cornerback in this league, and he does a terrific job there of hustling in quickly to make the play.
Yeah, this defense as a whole has really been flying to the football all game long. They have not allowed too much of anything, and here's another example. A great play there to get in and disrupt it before it could get going.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Throw left side, complete. That's Martin.
And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 1.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And he's going to be taken down with another 1st down as the stop's made at the Texans' 32-yard line. Instead of a 3rd and 1 run, they go pass, and they get 12 yards out of it.
Yeah, Charles, with that completion, I'm told that puts him now over 3,000 yards passing on the campaign.
And, Brandon, I think we have to start to think about where we are in the season, because right now, 4,000 is not out of the question. I think a big game or two, he's certainly capable of getting that done.
To throw is Parker on 1st down.
And he'll be brought down at the 27.
Now a stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphins shaking up on the play. We'll get an update when we come back to Miami.
Six yards left on 2nd down.
Back to throw. Parker. He finds his man. Complete. It's Andrews.
And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
On second down, Williams. And this carry, despite the good move, will be stopped short of the 10.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
Now the throw on third down, knocked away and incomplete. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete.
Complete to number 15. First and goal at the 5-yard line.
Oh, how about this on first and goal? And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line.
Brought down at the 2-yard line. A gain of 3. Brings up second and goal.
Williams is into the end zone. Touchdown, Miami.
So now the Dolphin offense will stay out there as they'll go for 2. They'll look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending it?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst. And if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
And he'll be brought down at about the 42. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
On third down, they're going to run for it here. And he's brought down short. 2 yards there, needed 4. Now the Texans are going to call on the field goal unit. This will be kicked from the 42. It's a 52-yard attempt. And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
Miami's offense set and ready to go. And just looking ahead, it would appear that that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one, though probably not one that they want to chew on. A poor performance from start to finish.
Parker now throwing to start the drive. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Andrews. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Quick hitter here. It's complete. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. Parker throwing on first down. Looking left side, Andrews with it complete. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. On third down, Parker. And that is incomplete.
Intended for his windup. Incomplete. Sets up fourth down.
Now Parker Throwing on 4th down. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that will force a turnover on downs. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. And this one has gone pretty well to form. They've come in, had little problem thus far, and now they'll try to polish things off in the 4th. The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. So Houston going to come away here with the victory. And I think the game balls need to be distributed on the defensive side of the football, and I bet that you would agree.
Yeah, if you hold a team under 10 points, that's a job well done. Really well done. So I would say game balls for every starter and every key player who participated in this game.
Now, see, I only like one game ball. You're handing out multiple, although I set you up by saying game balls, plural, but
I like where we're going with this. You say one to represent like the best player of all that, and I say multiples so that you keep everyone motivated and involved.
You're a man of the people.
I'm a man of the people. I thought I was the only child.
You get a game ball, and you get a game ball. Game balls for everybody. So for Houston, they keep pace in the playoff race as they move to 8-3 on the year. And they'll return home next week to take on the San Francisco 49ers. Meanwhile, for the Dolphins, it's another week with more questions than answers as they fall to 3-9. And they'll get the extra week to think.